One. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Come Dine With Us. This is a very special Come Dine With Us. Jeanette is actually coming to us from Nova Scotia, and so we're going to do a dish tonight that is specific to that area. We're doing seafood, of course, because it's Nova Scotia. So I'm going to throw that over to them. Welcome, everyone.
Right. Welcome, everyone. Nice to see you again. Janice, how many months in now? We're 10, 11? I don't know.
62, 94, I don't know. Too many.
I don't know. As one of my best friends says, it's Blur's Day anymore. It's just Blur's Day, right?
So I know exactly how many because I gave birth at the start of COVID, so it's 8 months.
Oh, there you go. That's true, too. So my cousin Beth, my amazing, beautiful cousin Beth, who, yes, so everyone, yes, kitchen looks differently because we are coming to you from Nova Scotia, my hometown. I got here probably end of October, so I've been here for a while. So full disclosure to everybody out there who's listening. I think, and probably some of you know, my mom had a stroke in August. She's great. She's home. She's recovering. But I decided in October it was a good time for me to come by and visit. So I arrived. I lived for 2 weeks in a trailer in my sister's driveway, where she was a doll, her and her whole family, her husband and my niece and nephew, and they catered to me. They made sure I had groceries. They fed me. I lived in this trailer and went through some rainstorms and some snowstorms and some great weather. Lived there for 2 weeks while I was under quarantine and got set free, been able to spend some time with some family, which has been
fantastic.
Amazing. So yes, we're not social distancing, but we are now part of the same household. Yay. And very, very, very excited. So we're going to be sharing some stories. Beth is actually a chef. Where'd you go to school?
Community college in Dartmouth in Nova Scotia.
Nice. So she is like a real chef, not like a fake one like me. I just play one on TV. So very excited to have her. Did you really know what you were getting into tonight? No. I kind of surprised.
She roped me in. She asked me to translate a phrase in a cookbook, and then she's like, "What are you doing tomorrow?"
And here we are. So she's actually going to do all the cooking, which is going to be great. And we're just going to have fun. We're just going to do what we do. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about whatever. She's got some fun things coming up as well. And however, before we start anything, I've got a surprise for you. All the way from Nova Scotia.
What do you mean you got a surprise for me?
Just wait. Because we will never do a Come Dine With Us.
You got us new cups?
I got us mugs. We got the G. We got the J. And of course, we have a B for Beth.
Yay!
So you're still here. See?
Yay!
You got your very own mug from Nova Scotia. I'll bring it home with me so you have something from Nova Scotia.
Yay!
Okay?
Thank you so much. Yay!
I love you. So today we're going to be making, so we found this great cookbook. It belongs to my aunt, who is a doll for letting me trash her kitchen as well. And this is actually a cookbook, recipes from Pictou County, which is the area of Nova Scotia we're in. So about 90 minutes from Halifax, up towards the Cape Breton part of it. We're not that far up, but
where the PEI ferry is.
Right? Such a beautiful part of this country. I think right? I was born in Nova Scotia. I did many summers here. My entire family on my mom's side is here. Aunts, uncles, cousins, second cousins, my sister and her brother, and my niece and nephew. So my grandparents came from here. So this is really home for me. When I land here, it's always like I'm home. So we've chosen a menu from Pictou County, specifically Westville. So we're making fish or stew. As a kid, I would come here, and as soon as I saw that Westville sign, so it's actually in this book, which is why we're choosing fish or stew, which is, fish or stew would be a seafood stew. That's what it is. So it's very quick. It's very easy to make. I've never made it. She has.
It's easy. It's easy.
Super easy. We're using as much local stuff as we can, true to who we are as Full Body Nutrition. So let's get cooking.
So I was just cutting up some butter there. So I don't buy them in the little sticks, but I often will just cut them into the little sticks for measuring. So a stick of butter, I can cut that in half, is 2 tablespoons. And oh yeah, it's the Atlantic butter.
And it's the Atlantic butter.
Here's
So
my label. There we go.
Excellent.
So I've got the stove on about medium, and I'm just going to melt the butter.
this is our nanny's pickle pot.
Yeah.
This thing is, I don't even know how old this would be, but this is our nanny's pickle pot, which is my mom's mom, my aunt's mom. So Nan's with us for sure. Our grandmother, our nanny, I actually talked to my aunt this morning about it. I remember coming here and there would be so many baked goods. I did not get that gene. It passed me and did every other cousin out there. It forgot me. It just never showed up. But I remember going into my nanny and papa's house, our nanny and papa's house, and baked goods galore. Donuts, raisin cookies, tea biscuits, cheese tea biscuits, chocolate chip cookies, bread. And I said to my Aunt Barb this morning, I said, but I don't really remember eating food.
So you're never hungry.
But you were never hungry, but she baked. So she's the opposite of what I am, or I guess I'm the opposite of her, because I will cook anything, as we know. I will not bake. The thought of it doesn't go well with me. So it's just kind of neat that we're here, we're doing that, we're using her pickle pot, and just so much great stuff. So that's enough about me. Why don't you talk about ingredients we're using? Surprise, the recipe does not call for carrots and celery.
Yeah, I could see them, and I'm like, wait a second. I'm looking at the recipe going, no, Jeanette's just being Jeanette, right? So she's adding ingredients. But, I mean, a stew is a stew. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. So I think Beth just put onions in the pickle pot, right?
I did. I just chopped up an onion and threw it in with the butter. We're going to soften it until it goes about see-through. We don't really want them brown.
Okay.
So it'll only take a few minutes. We're just, what do they call that? Not sauteing, sweating.
Right.
That's it.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so we know that the onions, obviously sulfur components, right, that are really health promoting. I see carrots, I see celery, which aren't in the recipe, but super high in vitamins like vitamin A, which is really important for vision health and for supporting cell growth, and obviously supports the immune system. So we're talking vitamin A, we're talking vitamin C, we're talking many antioxidants. We all know about the antioxidants. What do? They help with those free radicals, right? We want to annihilate those free radicals. We want to annihilate those free radicals, those little rascals that are out there stealing cells, and making cells unstable, which we don't want to do. So carrots, great. Celery, another one filled with antioxidants, filled with vitamin C, right? That vitamin C is so great for collagen production and brain health, and again, immune health, which we all need at this point in time, right? We need to support our immune system in any way, shape, or form that we possibly can. So super duper important. So carrots.
What about the fiber?
Absolutely fiber. I mean, if you're leaving the skin on, especially, right? So the skin on the carrots, perfect. That's going to have a lot of fiber in it as well. You know that fiber escorts toxins outside of the body, so super, super important to include those into your diet. Celery, too, as well, is going to help with water content in the body, right? It helps add to our water during the day. It's not going to solve your water problems, but it's definitely going to contribute to your water during the day. So super, super important.
Right, exactly.
And it's kind of like the natural source of MSG, so it's really good for adding flavor.
There you go.
That is so new to me. That's amazing. Really, eh? So if somebody is allergic to MSG, it's
usually when they add it to food. I think they'd be okay with celery.
Okay.
As far as I know, I only know one person who's allergic to it. I'll have to ask them. I don't know. Perfect.
That's something
I never knew that.
Yeah.
So interesting, right? Wow. Oh, it smells wonderful, right? Let me know if you need me to do anything.
I think we're all right right
All
now.
right. I could stir it.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that one's, oh yeah. So this is a traditional Scottish tool. It's called a spurtle. So it's used to stir porridge, oatmeal. It doesn't make it gluey, it doesn't stir it too much, but it breaks up the lumps.
it's just this wooden,
It's a dowel. It's a wooden dowel.
right?
Spurtle.
What was
It's called
that?
a spurtle.
It's called a what?
Spurtle.
Spurtle. Yes.
Excellent.
That's a good. You can smell it already. That's the part of the show I don't like, is that you can't smell, and either can our viewers, right? They can't smell it, but it already has that wonderful oniony,
Oh,
buttery.
I mean, it's
smell
butter
to
and
it.
onions, right? So delicious.
Butter and onions go in everything.
And you guys have probably talked about garlic before, but the way I do it is I set my knife down and I.
Absolutely. We've talked about that many times before, right? What it does is it activates, well, it takes off the peeling a lot faster, or a lot easier, but it also activates the enzymes that we want, those sticky enzymes that activates. That's where you're gonna get all
Love
those health benefits from.
I love that stickiness once you get it from a garlic. So good. It smells wonderful in here, and it's only going to get better. And I do know that in this recipe we need eggs.
Yeah.
Eggs in the stew.
Yes.
Who would have thought? I'll pull those out and get those ready.
All right.
It smells absolutely wonderful. So, I gotta go get somebody. I will be right back. So we have another little visitor.
Okay.
I'll go grab them. I'll be right back.
Excellent.
We're out there. I know, right?
I heard about garlic when I was researching it before, was that if you let it sit for a couple of minutes, like even just 5 minutes, once you crush it up, it helps some of the healthy, I'm not
It
sure
helps
those
to
enzymes.
activate those enzymes, right? Exactly. The longer you let it sit, the better it is. But as soon as you start to feel that sticky stuff that comes out of it, that means that the enzyme has been activated, which means those benefits are now going to be much more available to you.
So what I'm doing is one of my favorite things that I learned when I was in cooking school is that you chop it up first.
Yeah.
But then you take the edge of your knife and you like push down and scrape it towards you and kind of smush it against the cutting board.
Look at this little angel. He is.
So this is my son Remy.
This is her son. So my second cousin. So we have like 2 generations of cousins right here.
So cool.
I know. He was born in the pandemic.
Yeah, 1 week into quarantine, I gave birth. So he's 8 months old today.
Wow. That's amazing.
He's so sweet. He's so happy. And I did the quarantine at my sister's for 2 weeks and a bit. And then I came here for about a week. Yeah, about a week. Oh, he's making bubbles. And left, went back to my sister's for a couple of days. And the difference in just a few days in this child, incredible. I forgot with mine how fast they grow. There's Mom. So that's all we did. We just wanted to introduce Remy. Bundle of joy. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
I'll be back.
Okay, so that was super interesting. Why do you do that with your knife and the garlic?
Because it kind of makes it to like a fine paste, so you're not getting little bits of garlic. I wonder if I can show you a little more up close. I'll just come stand in front of the camera. I don't have garlic on the board, but I'll just show you the motion.
Yeah.
So what you do is you take your knife, and this is the sharp end down, and you just kind of put it, and you pull it towards you.
Oh, that's
Like that?
excellent.
Yeah, and like you're grabbing a little bit of the garlic, and you're smushing it as you go. And it's a really quick way to get crushed garlic.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
I missed it.
The crushing the garlic, where you like take it and you pull it towards you.
Oh.
So if you have a garlic crusher, same thing.
Nice. You like the garlic crusher.
I do, but you don't. So
I don't.
You don't like cleaning it? Or you just don't like it?
Probably not.
Hot water right away. Do not let it sit for a
the
second.
cleaning thing.
We're so yin and yang, right? Like, it's so she measures everything. I didn't. Prepping today measured ish. It's a stew. It's flavor. It's all the good stuff.
All right, I'm gonna add some salt and pepper now. One of the chefs I worked for, he taught me season at every stage of the cooking.
Right? We'll do that often. We learned that in our classes as well too.
Yeah.
And it's never a lot. You just need to do it at, like Beth said, at those stages. And it just helps with the flavors, right? And salt is in moderation, and a good salt is good for you. Your body needs it.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Important electrolytes in that, and you're gonna look for not an iodized salt, but like more like a sea salt or Celtic sea salt. You know, some Himalayan sea salt or Celtic sea salt, some sort of higher quality sea salt. Is a much better option for the body for sure.
All right. So I've got haddock here that we thawed. So we got frozen.
One of the things I love about being here is, and I was out with my mom the other day, we did a little bit of shopping, and for some stuff that she needed. So we're driving down through the different towns, and in this little area, a minute and a half up the road is a different town, technically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we were driving through and come across one of the back roads, and there's a black pickup truck with bristlebored. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly. Yeah.
Great, just a handwritten poster,
Selling fish.
fish, and they named all the different kinds of fish. And you go in the back of the truck, and you won't get anything fresher that tastes more amazing. Like you can get it here so easily, and it's just so good, so good.
That's something they do in Florida as well, right? They sell it. They go fishing and then they just come back and they sell it and it's done and it's right. Like you can't get any fresher than that. It's amazing. All right, so the haddock, obviously really high in protein, really high in B12 as well, and selenium. So B12 is super important for cardiac support, for brain support, for nervous system support. So super good. Selenium, really great to support the thyroid. It's an antioxidant that helps to protect us against the oxidative stress, right? And it's also high in choline, which is really important for cell membrane structure, right? So it's an important building block for every living cell. So choline is a really important one, and you're going to find that in the haddock, which is so one fillet typically has about 30 grams of protein, which is, I mean,
wow,
building block for a lot of too, right? So yeah, so it's about 92% protein and about 8% fat. Again, none of it trans fat, none of it bad fat, right? So don't worry about that 9% fat or 8% fat. Right. It's a super important fat. It's a good fat that you want to incorporate. So that's great. I mean, 30 grams per fillet, like per piece. That's great.
Right, so much for you. And we could probably use other fishes. You can take your selection or not put it if you're not a fish lover.
Right.
Here, we are. Yep. So you can use any fish. Would you use a salmon? I guess that really depends on.
I'd probably save my money on the salmon, honestly, just because it's that much more expensive. I'd sell it with any other kind of white fish.
A white fish.
But I mean, if you wanted to do half salmon, half white fish, that'd be good.
Nice.
But all salmon would be just extravagant.
What about lobster?
Good point, right?
Look. Oh yeah, you can throw lobster in this, no problem.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gotta love that, right?
Yeah. So right now, I pick that up. I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but the onions are sauteed. They're not brown, but they're see-through now.
Yeah.
So it's a good time. The soup is thick in two ways, so we're going to make it a little bit of a roux. So the butter's already in there. And I've got about a tablespoon of flour I'm going to sprinkle in and cook it for maybe a minute, not too long. And then we're going to add the fish and the tomatoes. And then later on, we're going to add the egg, and that will thicken it a little bit too and add some more protein.
I would have never thought an egg would thicken it.
No, I didn't know that either. And that's a great addition, because you're right. You're upping that protein value, right? Because eggs are like one of the easiest, most digestible proteins that there are. So using it as a thickener is something new to me too. So I'm learning stuff as well.
Now, if somebody was gluten-free, what would you thicken it with instead?
Cornstarch.
Perfect.
And I can never remember the ratios, but yeah, I just throw some cornstarch in there. But you want to add it differently. So instead of cooking it with the butter, you'd want to take a little bit of, say, the juice from the tomatoes or a little bit of water, whisk that together cold, and then add it to the hot.
Which avoids the lumps.
Yeah. So just like what you do with the cornstarch gravy.
Right. See? My aunt had said, maybe we do dumplings or something with it. That's baking. Dumplings would be amazing with this. That's baking. Let's make that very clear.
Right, so I'm going to put in some diced tomatoes. Yeah, diced tomatoes. It called for crushed, but we had diced, so. And some spices. I think you wanted to talk about the spices, did you?
Yeah. So in what Beth is going to throw in now is some parsley, some dill. Just because I threw in some bay leaves as well when I was prepping the table up earlier, because bay leaves for me go in any type of sauce, stew.
Absolutely.
Like, I love, and I don't put one, I put several. I love.
I do the
bay
same
leaves.
thing. Anything, rice, soup.
I go through it like crazy. One of the things we're going to be adding is summer savory.
That is something that I'm not familiar with. I saw it in the recipe and I had no idea what it was.
It's so common here. Like, you cannot have stuffing without it.
Right? And this is local. This is from Farmer John's Herbs, local, not far from here, and it's beautiful. The smell of this is incredible.
So is it a mixture of spices together, or is it just a spice on its own?
It's one herb. The herb is called summer savory.
Never heard of it.
Right? It smells wonderful. You throw it in all kinds of stuff again. It is it's a stronger.
Yeah.
But it's so good. It's so good.
Do you know marjoram?
Yeah.
Have you ever used? It's similar to that. I think that'd be the closest one. Or like oregano. It's about that same level of, like, it's got flavor.
Excellent.
So good. Yeah. So we're using as much local as we can, which is fantastic, because that's what
I threw
so
the fish
good.
in there too.
Okay.
So one of my tips about doing the fish, cut it a little bit bigger than you want, because once it cooks, it'll break apart a little bit.
Right.
So that way you'll still have some good pieces.
Yeah, haddock is a little bit softer of a fish, so yeah.
Yeah.
It'll break apart, but
I love all seafood. I love all fish, all seafood, right?
Yeah.
I don't think, like, I'll do everything from oysters right through.
yes, I remember the
I love
oysters.
it. You tried the oyster.
Yes, it did.
I was so proud of you, still am, for trying it, because that's what it's about. But you didn't like it, and that's okay, but now you know.
No, totally a Texas
Now you
thing.
know. Oh, the smell.
It does smell really good in here.
It smells really yummy in here.
I'm just gonna crack them into this bowl.
Sure. Oh, the other thing that we were going to add.
Oh, curry?
We're going to add curry to it.
Oh.
Love curry. We all love curry. So I love the smell of curry. So we're going to add just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of. Not that I think we need it, because it smells divine already. So I'll leave that up to the chef.
Oh,
If she wants to add it, dump it. That much? I didn't measure.
Okay. Let's see how much is in here.
Tread lightly, Beth. Tread lightly.
We're gonna add maybe half a teaspoon to start, and we can add more later if we want. But you know what? None of us can follow a recipe. It's not just you. I can't do it. Mom really can't do it. But most of the time it works.
When I was in Halifax early this week, which is where my sister lives, she was looking through some cookbooks, and she's like, oh, I'm going to whip up a banana bread. As if it was like, I'm just going to wash the dishes. So I stood there and watched her in awe, how she just so easily whipped this up. And of course, I'm flipping through the rest of the cookbook, because I love reading cookbooks. I really do. And there was a great ginger peanut butter cookie recipe was like, they look really delicious. I could make those. And she went, no, you're not. But if you stand here and keep me company, I'll make them for you.
That's so cool.
So she did. So it's been, the reason why I'm here was tough. Mom did, she did so well. It was a lot of rehab, a lot of hard work on her part. And she's come
so far.
So far. But you've got to look at what it gave us, and it gave me the opportunity to come here, be with my family, who, you know, I absolutely adore and treasure. And it's been, you know, we talked about COVID and what it's done to so many different people mentally and stuff. For me, once my mom was okay and it was out of that danger and she's strong and she's back at home and she's recovering stronger and stronger every day, it's given me this, which is, I don't think that would have happened. So good things come out, and we're gonna just keep enjoying as much family time as I can until they get sick of me and send me back. But I'm staying for Christmas, so that'll be great. I'm here anyway. I'm part of the household. So it's just an opportunity for me to be able to stay and be with family through the holidays. So really good for that, and I think just it's gonna be great. I'm looking so forward to it. So it's nice.
That's
good. Yeah, family's so important, right?
so important.
It's so important, and I'm so fortunate because although I was born here, I was raised in Ottawa, but this was always home. We've always stayed close. There was never, like, always, like you walked in, and it's so great being here. I think of this place, and I'll probably age myself a little bit. Full house. You know how they say the door's always open, the door's always open? That's what this place is, right? I don't know if they, like, you just walk in.
Yeah.
You're in the area, you walk in, it doesn't matter day or night.
You'll get fed.
You'll get fed, you'll get a hug, come on by. You have some great Christmas too going on. So it's just so nice to feel that sense of loving and being with everybody. So it's been good for my mental health. I could guarantee you that. So having less crazy days. I know, I'm so crazy.
I added a little bit of water. It didn't call for it, but where we used diced tomatoes instead of crushed, it was looking a little too thick. So I just threw some water in there. You can throw vegetable stock in if you had it. But
Oh, that's a good idea too. Mm-hmm. That was a bit my fault. I left here this morning to get the stuff we needed. So keys, wallet, mask, out the door I went, got to the grocery store and went, list.
It happens all, right?
yeah.
The list was on the kitchen table. Whatever. We make it work, right? So
Yeah, this looks good.
This,
Add a
the
little
colors.
more water to it. Yeah. It looks great.
I'm really curious to see how this egg thing works.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's kind of like a custard, right? Like custard's thickened with eggs, so they're just same thing here.
right. Okay. Maybe we will get a baking show in. You can teach me how to bake?
You saw me make those squares today, right?
Oh, she made these great squares. Like, just walked in and just started whipping this stuff up like there was no tomorrow, talking, taking care of her baby, doing this, doing that. And I'm like, wow, it's just marshmallows and other cereals, but probably exaggerate a little bit that would stress me out. I could do a Rice Krispie square.
Oh, yeah.
My aunt thinks I need to have a glass of wine or two before I start baking.
Yeah.
She said maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
I need to drink.
Or fix it. So we just have to wait a couple minutes for the fish to cook. It's almost done. It doesn't take long. And it was still half frozen.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you want to, so we added the celery and the carrots
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't call for it, which is fine. It doesn't call for the curry, and we're going to add it. So we've tweaked it a little bit. But what else would you put in here? What else would you add anything to
having
it?
the mirepoix, your carrots, onion, and celery, I mean, that's the trifecta. That's a good base to start anything. Could always add more seafood. I like seafood.
Yeah,
You could add something easy like a can of clams. could dump that in.
Right.
And they're really high in iron. Right?
Yep. They'll be high in iron. They'll be high in oh my gosh, I lost the word. Just a sec. My Rolodex
B
is
vitamins,
here. Just a
Yeah,
sec.
definitely your B
They'll be
vitamin.
high in zinc as well. We all know that zinc is good for the dink. So very good for sexual health for both men and women.
I craved oysters like you wouldn't believe when I was pregnant.
Really?
And you're not supposed to have them.
Right.
But I got canned oysters. I had like the smoked oysters with cream cheese on crackers. I went through cans.
That sounds like a great bed lunch,
It's a
really.
great snack.
Right?
And it looks fancy enough because people are like, oh, it's oysters, but they're kind of ugly. But they're so good.
I love them. I do. I mean, we've gone through lists. There's not much I won't eat. So
Beth, do you still eat them now? Or was it just when you were pregnant?
Oh no, I'll still eat them now, but I don't crave them like I did. I had like some pretty strong cravings. Cucumber. Just, yeah.
It's so funny what our bodies.
Oh, and dairy. I'm lactose intolerant. I crave dairy almost my whole pregnancy. I ate yogurt every day.
Oh my
Wow.
God. When I was pregnant with Jenna, I craved pizza with vinegar. All I wanted was pizza dipped in vinegar. That's it. And I still eat it to this day. When I have pizza, I still dip it in vinegar. Like, it's crazy what the body.
Is that a regional thing?
No, it's not something you see that's common around here anywhere, right? It was just one of those, I was having pizza and I really wanted it with vinegar. Like, it was just the weirdest thing ever.
I craved coffee. Coffee and
That's not a hard
olives.
stretch.
That's how I knew I was pregnant. I bought a jar of olives and I never buy those.
Really?
I bought I bought a jar, ate a jar, the green garlic stuffed olives.
Mm.
And I bought my second jar and I went, this isn't normal.
And I didn't eat or drink coffee. Like, I would not even go anywhere near an olive. And coffee was not my thing. And now coffee.
I mean, it
Morning
runs through
to
your
night.
veins. Your coffee runs through your veins.
It really does. Like, absolutely. So it's so funny what our bodies crave and stuff, right?
I quit coffee and tea cold turkey because one day I made my coffee and I went like this to drink it and I smelled it and I was like, well, I guess I'm done with that.
Oh,
and I didn't drink
no.
it until like
After.
the end of my pregnancy.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like almost the whole pregnancy, my body was like, no, you're not having that. Doesn't want it.
Wow.
So crazy, eh?
That looks good.
The colors are amazing. We're going to serve some
Yeah.
up and we're going to try it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll show them then.
Okay.
So we're going to do what's called tempering the eggs, because if you dump these eggs in that pot, they'd scramble.
Right.
And you'd be eating soup with little bits of scrambled egg, which is like an egg drop soup. It's fine. That's what you want. We don't want that here, so we're going to temper them in. And all that means is you're going to add a little bit of hot to the eggs to warm them up a bit. And then you can put them in the pot and they won't scramble. They'll mix in nicely.
Nice. So I have a recipe that I make that I need to add eggs to that. Typically what I do is go really slow, a little bit at a time. So this is just the same thing, but faster.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a little more foolproof.
Okay.
So let's see it. I got a ladle full of broth. And I'm just going to stir it as I add it. So it's going to very gently cook the eggs. And I might do that a couple of times just because my thing's little.
Here, let me help you.
All right.
I'm just kind of standing here. It smells delicious.
You can just dump that right in. Yeah.
This is cool. I have never seen this before.
Right?
Yep.
I love that we're learning.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, in the recipe it even says to do that. Beat eggs in a bowl, slowly add some sauce to beaten eggs, and then stir this quickly into the sauce and fish using low heat. So I'll actually probably cut the heat on that now because this burner stays hot.
You were talking about pizza earlier.
Yeah.
The pizza from this place,
It's Pictou County Pizza.
they ship it.
We ship it to Alberta. It's good.
Oh my God.
It's so good. It's so good. It's the sauce, which is different, and it's the pepperoni, which is different
Wow.
than what like you would see in Ontario.
Oh, and all the ingredients are under the cheese.
Yeah, right? Excuse me.
Of course. All right, I'm gonna add just a little more water.
But yeah, it's so good. It's like one of the things you do. You come here, you like first thing, feet hit the ground, hugs, kisses, pizza.
Pizza.
All right, so while
Pizza.
she's doing that, let's talk about, we need to mention that this will be our final Come Dine With Us for the rest of the year, because
For the pandemic year.
right, well, yes, but also because of the dates, it's Christmas time. We want you to be out there enjoying your Christmas. You know, it's all about family. We want you to be with family, so we do as well. And so we're going to, this will be our final for this year.
That's right.
I see you
Come back in
holding
January.
our wellness workbook. That's our newest thing, our newest product that we're offering. It is a book that you get. It is geared towards you. The recipes are geared to you. The movement is geared to you. The body, mind, spirit, lifestyle strategies are all geared to you. It is given to you electronically, and then you do get a book as well, all for you. There's information on that on our website at fullbodynutrition.com.
So excited, and it's been a huge success.
Yep, we have a testimonial coming. We've had it beta tested, so we've had a client, one of our clients decided she was going to do it for us and try it out for us to make sure that it's, you know, a workable product. It's a great product, and we've had a really good review on it. So those testimonials are coming up, and so now they're going to be being offered to you very shortly. We're super excited about that.
Super excited. What else? Our newsletter's coming out. We're going quarterly with that.
Yes, so it's
So
coming
that
out
will be
December
that will be out December.
coming out December 1st. Don't forget to subscribe to our website as well. There's lots of recipes. There's little ebooks there for you to check, free ebooks there for you to check out. There's our wellness edition of ebook as well is also for sale on our website. And don't forget to like us and follow us on our social media. And there's a bowl. Oh my God, a Fisher stew.
Can you see it?
Oh my goodness, I
Lord.
wish I was there. So I'll see you in like 12 hours?
14. Well, no, because you're further away. So, you know.
60?
So I finished it off with a little lemon juice and another 2 tablespoons of butter and just stirred it in.
Oh,
This is going to be. Oh my God.
I'm so jealous.
I'm so sorry, friend. I'm so sorry. It is absolutely home in a bowl. It is made with so much love. You could just taste it.
So happy. Yay.
Perfect. I will show you the picture. We'll post it up on our website where it came from. So very special. Beth is also learning Gaelic. So they talk a little bit about this, about the Fisher stew, and it says, I'll get her to read it in Gaelic, and I will translate it.
So nobody come at me if I pronounce it wrong. So is Aun and Kian Bliana as Yinchi Isker a Hutness.
This is what I brought her in with to teach me how to say that.
And I said it, and she's like, how about you say it?
So good job. So it is, what she said is, it is at the year's end that the fisher can tell his luck.
Aww.
So anyway, I miss you.
I miss you too.
I will see you soon.
Yeah.
Okay. I love you so much.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much
thank
for
you,
joining
thank
us
you for being
today.
here.
It was nice to meet you.
To my aunt and uncle who let me redo their kitchen with not much notice.
Yeah.
Thank you to them too, to all my family who's been here, who I've been hugging and visiting. I love you all. To all our viewers, thank you. We wish you a great, safe, happy holidays. Please be safe. That is your priority. We want to see you in the new year, so please, please, please be safe. Whatever that means, that's your priority.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you again. I love you so
No
much.
problem. Love you
She's
too.
so beautiful. And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye. She'll let us know. I'm just gonna sit here and get. I know, it's so good, isn't it?
The lemon juice at the end is perfect.